Okay. I just got this computer and
Is it an Apple?
no, but
Take it back.
yeah. Um okay. Oh, this is so weird.
Push some buttons. If it don't work,
yes.
oh God, I'm cool.
Okay, there.
Whoa!
I got it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom. I got it. I got it. I got it.
You are the official boom in the room.
Yes. 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 I already imagined having a great meeting, so the video had no choice but to like.
Well, it's funny you say that because as soon as I just say like whatever, that's my letting go of any needing for it to happen because I know because I just lit into it was a great call.
Yeah.
So when they hear the recording, when you hear the recording, they all get to hear that's what a session is.
Yeah.
I didn't drop that the call ain't great. I dropped the whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Problems to me or whatever.
That's
and this is the dance. So
yeah. That's 100%. I was like, because I mean, I'm not a big Apple fan. That's the funny part. And my nephew, who like used to hate Apple, all of a sudden he loves them now. I'm like, listen, don't be a traitor. Shut up. But it's just for school, it just works better. That's it.
I got it.
When I'm doing my schoolwork and stuff. Okay, that's good. Now I'm good to go. All right. This is fun. I was nervous. I was nervous this morning.
Wow.
I know.
You know what? I am utterly like for me. So you and I have had a couple face-to-faces real quick before.
Yep.
But for me, a call like this is always like a first or a second date. So this is like a second date.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always when I'm like we talk in Triple D when I drop the labels of anxious, nervous, all that shit.
Yeah.
And just obviously I'm going to need some energy for you and I to dance because you dance. So like, boom.
No, literally, like literally dancing.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny because my coworker today, because I used to hate dancing. Like I didn't hate it. I wasn't like great at it, I thought. And so after I've been dancing with my, my videos and on my Insta, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So today we had to dance for the stupid Christmas thing, this thing at Christmas for school. And here's me. I'm like, great, sure, just give me the beat. And I didn't even care. I'm like, who cares? Whatever. I don't care. Like, once you start putting yourself there, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
And you're just like, if they don't like it, they'll turn the channel. Like, I don't care what they do.
There's always some boring professor to watch somewhere. That's just not going to be me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I just felt that freedom. And I even told it because I've known each other for a few years. And I said, had this been 2 years ago,
I'm with you. You just froze up. Oh, how cool is this? So we get to get you back in. There you go.
There. Yeah. I was still moving. It was good. Yeah. So my internet connection is very stable. I have like the best Wi-Fi on the well, not on the planet, but kind of. And like right now here, it's like I looked and it's like about minus. See, for you guys, probably like plus 30. For us, it's gonna be like minus 30 this week.
Define minus. You mean as in very cold?
Yeah, but I remember putting a post. Anthony put a post in the group one day, and he was like, "Oh, you should, So we're talking about the temperature, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cold." But I'm like, for me, I'm like, whatever. I just bundle up, get the boots on, and
it hit 32 degrees here the other day.
Celsius.
See, now you're smart enough to ask that question. A lot of people just, and if I say I hate when it's 32,
yeah,
some people go, well, is that when your boogers freeze or whatever?
Yeah,
no. At 32 degrees, my boogers bake. I live in a different world compared to where I used to, And
Yeah,
literally, number 32 means something very different than what it used to.
exactly. But that's just it. And then for me too, I was like I don't really care. Like even in the summer, it honestly got to about 40 something. It was like 40, like the AC was barely working. But I said to myself, I'm like, you know what? I hate the heat, but I'm gonna go and experience something different. So I would
Mm.
purposely go outside and just like feel the heat. And just because I wouldn't normally do, I didn't really hide with the fan, the AC, a cold drink. And I thought, no, let me experience this heat and at least enjoy, just see what it feels like. I don't, who cares? I can go hide back inside in 5 minutes if I want to, There's a lot of experiencing going on.
I am a massive fan of variety.
Yeah.
I tell my buddy when we take our walks every day, I says, you know what? Seek variety.
Mm-hmm.
If it's cold out, he seeks the sun. If it's hot out, he seeks the shade. And I tell him, seek variety. Stand out. Stay in the shade when it's cold. Stand in the sun when it's hot.
Yeah.
Notice what body will change. It's when I worked in the nursing home, we used to have to park like a block and a half away from the institution and walk in. They gave us an employee parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And it would rain, and my hair was like it is now. I had long, shoulder length hair.
Yeah.
And so I'd walk into work without an umbrella. And I'd get there and I would look like I was a wild, crazy guy. And I didn't brush it. I didn't dry it. I went in and I did my job. And I'd walk into the room and the old folks would go, "What happened to you?" And I'd say, "Touch it."
Yeah.
And then touch it. And then suddenly it's like, I remember when I was stuck in a storm once, and I'd go through and I'd hear 50 stories on my shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I just gave them life. I gave them variety, experience.
Yeah.
Instead of carrying an umbrella, I carry their stories with me to this day.
Nice.
Oh, baby.
That's gorgeous. Oh, nice.
Dream Driven Day came from working in the nursing home.
Wow.
Because you don't regret the dances that you did.
No, you know what? Never regret. Just like enjoy. Like I'm just so much more in the moment. Like I just like to enjoy the moment. I just like, even if it's a bad moment, I just experience it.
Yep.
Whatever. I don't, because even when you're talking about when you were at here, I always wear like skirts, and I'm telling my kids like, why aren't you wearing snow pants? Or I don't know, I don't want to. I don't really care. Like I just like to, I don't know, do something different. Like I'm okay. It's I'll live. I have nice warm boots, got my nice coat. I don't need snow pants. It's just funny because it's so different. It's just so incredibly different. You know what I mean? Isn't that neat? So Dream Driven Day came from the nursing home.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk?
Or is it thank? Or is it thought?
Who would have? Well, let's make it past tense. Who would have thunked?
Who would have thunked? Like honestly, like that is. I remember when that first came out, it was so funny. I was looking for a book. I'm like, great. Yes, he has a book. I go onto the website. No book.
well, what I'm doing with the book, right?
So is that the Tony book?
No. The book. You guys are going to write the book.
Oh.
Now here's the crazy thing. I thought we were going to do Dream Driven Day once or twice.
Yeah.
And then write a book. We did Dream Driven Day, and then the loogie hit.
Yeah.
And when the loogie hit, it came home to me. What this is about is we'll get the book out, but the book is about, you can be, your Dream Driven Day is all either about being hypnotized by what you see or living from your vision. Absolutely. I didn't get that when we put Triple D together. I got that when the loogie hit, because here's the thing. The loogie hit, and look what you're doing, and look at what I'm doing.
Yeah,
we're growing more heads. We're having more fun.
Oh, see, boom, the head. See the Hydra.
Yeah.
I had to Google that. I'm like, what the heck? Hydra. But it's almost like in that Greek mythology where, yeah, you just think it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
you just literally keep going.
Yep.
Like, and I'm like, my friends at work, like, oh, they're like, oh, this is so hard. And I'm like, what's so hard? I'm having a great time. Like, I'm having
So,
the best time I've had teaching in like 10 years.
so fragile is you break like a teacup, Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
Robust is you rise up from the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you keep bouncing back.
Yeah.
Anti-fragile is you grow new heads, not just one.
Nice.
They cut one off, you grow four more. I got banned on Facebook for doing the lives.
Yeah.
Watch how everything grows now, because not only we're doing
Yes.
we're doing more stuff on YouTube, but Instagram and got all this other
Yeah.
shit going on.
Yeah.
This is going to go exponential
Yes.
because they cut off one of my heads. I don't care. I'll grow four more.
Exactly. It's like when Neville when he got fired from that elevator job, he's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Boom. Let me tell you.
So if Neville was fragile, he would have went home.
Yeah.
To Barbados.
Yeah.
If Neville was robust, he would have got an elevator job at another department store.
Mm-hmm.
But being anti-fragile, he went from just casually talking to people on the elevator to speaking from the stage to writing books, to preach. And so he went from like that one-on-one blessing to blessings of the multitudes.
100%.
Oh,
100%.
This is why your play with your Insta, with all that you do, I can't keep up with you. I don't keep up with you. But what I do is I glimpse around and I see you're like a ninja. You know what I mean? And it's like no matter where I go, there you are. And my old philosophy of easy to find, impossible to escape from.
Yes.
That thrills, because when the dance view is doing that, everyone wins. Oh my God.
It's so funny because I think I've told a couple of people this. When I first was looking at all this like attraction stuff and blah, 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 and I would look for these like love things. I was on these weird websites and these weird like meditation things. And I remember Googling it one day and one of your sites came up. And I'm like, okay, I don't think he's right, but whatever. I'll look at it a little bit.
He's definitely right.
But then I kept going back to this other place and it wasn't working. I kept Googling at someone. All that came up was you. Every time I Googled something, there was either free Neville, it was another one of your sites. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get away from this guy. He must know something.
Yeah.
I'd go on YouTube. Oh, he's here too. Okay. But like it was literally easy to find, impossible to escape from.
Yep.
100%.
And I do all that without paying anybody. I don't buy traffic. I don't buy position. In my entire 20 years online or so, I've probably spent $1,000 and I'm really rounding up. I was really dumb in the beginning. I owned a website and I used the exact term for the website as like I was spending $100 a month on it for about 3 months. And then I realized I own the term. Why am I spending money on this? Right?
Nice. But that's the thing. It's like, I remember you said that. I did it once, I think for like, or twice, maybe $50 total. And then I'm like, when I'd go to the likes, it didn't, like you said, they were all like people that didn't matter to me. Like It didn't make a, so now when I do my posts, because I have like my Neville website, my Neville podcast, I have my school podcast, I have my Instagram wellness, I have my other Instagram.
Good on you.
And I did this, like, I'm doing more like food demos, like so every Sunday I'll try and do like even a short live. Okay, here's something I'm cooking for the week, because you're always showing your food. So I'm getting more adventurous. I'm like, actually, I'm like, okay, I was making some Jamaican dish. I put it in sections, but I couldn't figure out, it wouldn't go together on Insta. I'm like, shoot, I can't get this video out. So I'm digging around my little apps, found some app that I could put it together on, and then got it out. And I was like, yes. So, I mean,
that feeling of the yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good yes. And it's just like, and now it's just like, I don't really care. Like, whatever, I don't know, whatever happens, happens. I make whatever, I show you whatever. Like, that's what I got. Sucks to be you, but that's what I'm doing, But like, it is. And I had that fear. And I told one of my friends, I almost lost my best friend because I was so worried about people's likes and like, oh, but my gosh, they didn't like this. Oh, but this friend did. Oh, whatever. I know we don't look. I know, yeah. With Gary Vee's pretty good, but he always says, "Do it. Don't do it for the likes."
Yeah.
Because you'll get stuck. You'll get stuck in this. Like, oh my gosh, no one liked it. I remember watching when I first got to your channel. It was like maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 subscribers. I'm like, he doesn't know much. I go, this girl, she has 20,000.
Uh-huh.
But that size doesn't matter.
It's funny. I'm looking right now. So let's talk numbers. Ready?
Yeah.
So we just broke what was it? 8,000 on YouTube.
8,000. Yeah.
So we just broke 8,000, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 10,000 people on my email list.
Oh.
Now you get how pathetically small that is, according to most people. That's pathetically small.
Yes. Yeah.
People leave every day. I make sure. that to me is the beauty, because the beauty is, if all I'm looking for is egotistical numbers, I'll just hold the tape measure, in a creative way. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, you can always get another inch on your biceps or something like that. Mm-hmm. No big deal, right? But the thing is, if you can suck it in, you can puff it up. Right? Which way do you need? Which way do you need to go?
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, what's the real? What is it that really matters? What really matters to me is Luke leaving me a comment every fucking day. He just puts up like a couple symbols or something. But what matters to me is getting that email saying, "Holy fuck sticks."
Yeah.
Yeah. What matters to me is you and me dancing, because this is the rich, and some people can't handle the some people want spreadsheets. Yeah, I used to be really good at spreadsheets. Yeah. I was great at spreadsheets. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't use Excel to save my life. So.
I couldn't now. I've managed to amnesia all that stuff, but I taught myself all kinds of programming back in the old days, and I was investing in real estate and all that dumb shit, and keeping track of every sale in the region so that I'd know what I'm looking at. And after a while, I just went, "This is really dumb. This is just chasing money instead of having richness, and richness leads to wealth." Richness is where money comes from.
Yeah. Well, you were saying the other day about, what was it? And you're talking about wealth. And then somebody made a comment, and it was like, wealth isn't just money. Like, wealth is so much more.
Yes.
Like, wealth is like a nice, yummy lunch. Wealth is like you said, hearing my friend said, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to try to make those muffins that you made. That was such a good idea." Or just having my students say, "Oh my gosh, this was such an amazing day." Like, wealth is so much more. But if you think of constant money as wealth, you're gonna lose, because that's not all it is. Like, don't get. I'm diving deep. I'm going to be in the next Olympics. I finished GDD. I'm going to dive deep into the money mastermind again. I've got my notebook, and it's just like, okay, go. And we're just going to, like, there's so much stuff in there that can be nailed, that just talks about wealth. There's nothing to do with money. Nothing. And like, that's, because I always was driven by like, oh my gosh, the dollar. And like, you'd say, okay, so how much more money do I have to the end of the month? Okay, now how am I gonna, I can't buy this jam, I can't buy this whatever. And then when you said just, like, how would you experience buying peanut butter or eggs or cheese or whatever?
Yep.
Like, that takes you out of that. Like it really does. That's just crazy. It's crazy. Like it's crazy to think where I was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't even understand how I lived as a person. Like I have literally no idea how I made it through every day. I
I,
don't know if I did.
when I look at how many lifetimes I've had in this life,
Yeah.
yeah, since I plopped into this earth suit, holy Moses. It fascinates me, like when you have a core change of belief, a core change of experience.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's it. Yeah. There's no words.
Yeah.
There's no words. There's no words. There's no words to explain like how my days go now. Like I know that I run the show. And when I see Tony's post, and they're just reminders like I run the show. I run this ship. So like, why wouldn't you run your ship? And all my friends like, oh my gosh, I hope. What are you hoping for? Your hope is nothing. You're just like letting everything, like you have more power. And I'm like, I'll tell my friends. One of my friends is like, okay, like he imagined himself at camp, boom, he got camp. He imagined himself in a brand new car, boom, he got a new car. I said, see, you have more power than you think. And we're just like giving it away. Like, who cares? With those 2,000 people, 8,000 now, we're living a gold life. Like, I keep hearing, like, you don't need 1 million subscribers to make, like you said, was it 80%? Oh, well, that was on that one money show. You're talking about 10% of your people or something make I don't remember, most of the money. I don't remember what it was. Some really good.
Yeah, so that's probably Parkinson's Law. 80%, 80% of your money will come from 20% of your people.
Yeah.
80% of your problems will come from 20% of your people.
Yeah.
So you were it was probably before your time, but I had there was a graphic for the Feel It Real Power Pack on freeneville.com, and I intentionally misspelled the word training in it.
Oh.
Right? And the reason I intentionally misspelled the word training in it, and this is what I told people. So I told people, yeah, that's how their original testimonial was. So that's what I copied in. Well, I mistyped it, right? I cut and paste and fucked it up. But anyway, I left it screwed up because if someone's going to get nitpicky and not buy over one misspelled word, they're going to argue with me about the whole pack.
100%.
So I'm going to make sure that 20% that will give me 80% of my problems never buys.
That's really good. That's actually really good. That's really good because it weeds people out.
You weed them out.
Yeah.
That way I don't cut the problem.
No.
Because I want to double my income and work half the time again. I don't want to double my income and work 4 times the time because somebody's going, well, you double spaced instead of triple spaced, and according to the convention, it's like I don't care about conventions. I want you to apply.
Exactly. Oh, that's exactly it. It's like what just get to the real message. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? I mean, we're still human. I don't care. Like, people, they'll use it that way as an excuse. Okay, but you messed up on this. So what else are you messing up on? Or I can't believe you because you said this. And I've learned, because even when I think I first did my podcast, I was so like, I remember talking to Val, like, she's like, just do it. And I think I did like 10 tries before I finally thought, you know what? This is not going to work. I can't do this.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yes, just do it. And that's what gets me through. Do it. Just do it. Don't wait. Just do it. My hot cup of tea. Just do it. Like, just do it in the moment and who cares? Like, when you do the show, you guys are live, there's mistakes, there's things that happen, dogs bark, the phone rings, in the podcast, there's an ambulance goes by, you just work with it.
Yep.
But before, that wasn't me. I'd be like, so it's gonna, what do people think? And I said, I posted, I'm like, whatever, clearly I don't, you can't live life constantly caring, oh my gosh, what are they gonna say? Don't even go there in imagination.
I love that Neville says that cushion the blows.
Yes.
While you're giving life to the lovely, it will cushion the blows. And suddenly there's an ambulance, or the phone that never rings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's right. And
Yes.
it's
No.
like, and the show goes on, and it's like, compared to, then there's the guy that has like his 3 wives next to his 4 pools, next to his 6 Rolls Royces, and it's like, it's so scripted, and people are going, that's what I want. Really? What I want is a life where I fall down, have a giggle, and get back up.
Exactly. No, that's because you said that it was on a podcast. You just said it a couple days ago. It might have been a podcast or on the show, but you did say that cushion the blows. Like, it's not, and people sometimes, I think I looked at it as like this law where everything has to be perfect, and oh great, this is gonna make all my dreams come true. And I mean, it does to an extent, but there's still life. It's still reality. There's still things are gonna happen, but it cushions the blows, and you know what to do. So I'm not going crazy thinking, oh my gosh, I can't fix this. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You go what do I want? What do I want? Like I said, I imagined, oh my, it was a great call, or yes, a great day at school with my students, whatever. But it cushions those blows, because this is just life, and we're here to know imagination. I'm sure it was a podcaster. I think I have a quote already ready to go on my Canva. Like, I'm listening. Okay, what gold can I quote from here today? I'm following Quentin, and his stuff. It's too funny. I love it. I could just, and I just want more people. And that's why I did the Neville thing, because I was the Neville podcast, because I was, of course, nervous at school. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are they going to think? Don't talk to me then. Really, but it's important for me now to let people know how they can live and love their life. Like, they don't have to just like sit there. One of my friends, like, oh my gosh, but I want a man, blah, blah, blah. And I hope he's not like that. And I'm like, girlfriend, let's click the champagne. Imagine feeling yourself having, just an amazing time. And that's literally exactly what happened. I'm like, if people, just think about it a little bit. But like, that's what it doesn't matter. Those 2,000 people to 8 now are enjoying it.
It's almost like they need a little bit of instruction, but they really need permission. You got to tell them you're allowed to drive the bus.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And it's like, you don't got to wait for me. You don't got to wait for your dad to die. You can drive the bus.
Yeah.
I got a text from my aunt one day, and she goes, I watch your shows. I have no idea what you're talking about, but it looks like you're having fun, and I'm glad. Yes. And I thought that was just the biggest gift to me, because she doesn't understand me at all.
No, but she loves you and likes that. She's like, he's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah. They look like they're having fun.
Yeah, but that's it. Just like, it's just like a weight. Like, I know, of course, there's still some speed bumps happening, but just the weight that's off my shoulders is that, okay, so what do I want? I don't have to spend time just like, I don't even know what I've like been through. I think I've joined how many religions? I don't even know, several. Like, literally, I kept looking and looking and looking, like, and I kept thinking each one was the truth. It was even like, people like, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, not anymore. No, you're this, oh yeah, not anymore. And I'm just like, I think I went through probably 4 or 5, because I just kept trying.
I give them all different labels. I belong to the dancers. I belong to the sitters. I belong to the dippers. I can go through the list, right? I belong to the chanters. I've done it all. I belong to the ones that I belong to the sweaters. I mean, all of them.
Yeah, but literally.
Like radio. And at the end of it all, when you really start boiling into the truth about you, it's like, wow.
It's just me. It's like literally it's back to me. It's like just full circle. It's literally back to me. That's
Yep.
just, yeah, I did. I went through so many, and each one was the truth, I thought. And then when I figure out now that, wait a minute, so I can do all that, boom, great. And that's really why I just, because you're right, you said at some point too that at some point we won't be able to keep it to ourselves. It's just going to be like, you
Yep.
can't hide it. And that's the point where I'm at now, is that you physically, like, you can't hear people come talk about life and not help them with a solution. Like, I said, I'm a teacher and that's what I'm doing all day. Oh, you can't do your
Absolutely.
math question? Okay, Michael, let's go. But that's just, you know what I mean? Like, you can't let people, I don't want to see my friends sit there and be like, oh, feel so powerless and helpless. Like, that's not, I can't do it. I don't even know why I can't. And I would hide. Like, I hid. Like, if you look on my Facebook, there was like nothing. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. Now post, oh, share, oh, post, share. Like, because it's come to that point in my life. I don't care anymore.
You can't, once you've blessed yourself enough,
Yeah,
you can't help but want to bless others.
that's literally it.
And it takes on, like, whatever form it takes on for you. Like,
Yeah,
you and I are teachers.
yeah,
I can't help but teach.
that's it.
I was talking to an old fellow one day who, as far as I could tell, had just had a stroke. And I saw him shopping like every Friday at the store.
Yeah.
As I'm just talking to him to calm him down, give him a direction, I'm like, you shop here every week, don't you? Cool. So when I see you here in 2 weeks, what do you think you'll be buying? Or you can't say nothing.
No.
But I'm sending him on trips, right? Yeah. Are you going to get a Christmas ham, or do you do turkey? That's weird to me. And I'm sure the lady that's with us is going, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" I mean, you know how I dress. I mean, I got my hat, I got a scarf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
After a bunch of that, like 2 weeks later, I mean, he obviously, he had his problems, but I see him shopping because
Nice.
I got him imagining shopping instead of imagining going to a home. I don't want him imagining going to a home. You know what I mean?
No. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. That's it still shocks me. I remember this song. I think it's called was by Huey Lewis and the News, I think. I don't know. This was from like back in grade 6 or 5 or something. I
Oh
don't
no,
remember.
don't do
The
that.
power
Don't
of
do
the
that. I've seen, all right, I've seen 2 concerts in my entire life. One of them was Huey Lewis and the News, right?
Oh my gosh, shut up. It was not.
True,
Yes.
true that. And I'll tell you a story. You go ahead with your story. What was it
Oh,
called?
it was called The Power of Love. I was just saying, it's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
how Huey Lewis was right. You feel the power of love.
Yep.
Like, you just boom. I love that. That was a great band. Huey Lewis in the News.
Huey Lewis and the News were awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw them. Who are the other people? Chicago.
Oh,
And so I forget which one it was, but I went. So this girl I was dating, Sharon. Like, I never did. I never spent money on stuff like that. I was too busy being poor. So Sharon took me to 2 concerts, and one was Lewis, the other one was Chicago.
yeah.
And in one of them, I forget which one it was, but they had this warm-up band that absolutely blowed. Right, they were up there and they were singing dumb shit.
Yep.
Everyone's going, "Fuck, will you shut the fuck up and move on?"
Bring on Chicago. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You want to know who the warm-up band was?
Yep.
Simply Irresistible. Right?
Shut up.
They fucked around for 40 minutes and everyone's booing them and yelling. And then he broke out into Simply Irresistible.
Yeah.
Right? Robert Plant.
Robert
right?
Platt. Yes,
Ro-
yes.
I saw Robert Plant. I even booed to get him off the stage till he did Simply Irresistible, and the crowd went
No.
nuts. And I forget which concert it was. It was either Huey or Chicago, the only two concerts
Yeah.
I've ever been to. But it was just one of those, like, right, like I'll never forget that.
Nice.
It really was. I mean, I got how they were out there dicking around,
Yeah,
and nobody knew who they were.
that's right.
But as soon as they decided to take the glasses off, as soon as they decided to like let them know, everyone knew. The
Everybody
place
knew.
went nuts, and that's exactly what this stuff's like. As soon as you decide to stop playing in the crap, as soon as as soon as you stop mucking around, Simply Irresistible.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
I have that song in my head now.
Yeah, me too.
So I was talking to my friend last night, and he had never been to a concert. I'm like,
Wow.
what, bro? And I haven't been to many. I went to Bon Jovi, Poison, I think Janet Jackson.
Wow.
But it's just that feeling of like, yes, like there's no feeling like, oh, and then I slept out. I told this wife, I slept out for New Kids on the Block ticket. This was back when
New Kids. Wow.
when they didn't have Ticketmaster like on the phone, on the app. We slept out for tickets in the cold with my friend's parents. We got those tickets. They were way in the second bleacher. I don't know where we were, but all that mattered was we saw.
You got tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, those like you just, but you know what? Even back then, I was imagining something, and that's what I look back at now. I'm like, you look back, oh, that's what I was like. You literally look back and see you must have been imagining something, otherwise I wouldn't be at the concert. Like, what the heck?
Some people are always imagining almost going.
Yep.
Some people are having adventures where, decades later, and we're talking about Huey Lewis and the new Simply Irresistible camping out for the new kids.
Good times. That's the thing, it's almost, right? And that's what's like, it's like you look and that's why I like the group. I like the Make Money group because it's always about action. You always see somebody, boom, they're not waiting. Q doesn't wait. He's going. 2 books in like I don't know what, like, it was like 2 books in 2 days he did.
Yeah.
And nice. I was like, but again, okay, boom. He's not hiding himself. He's out there. You know what? This is it. This is me. This is me. And he's so proud of it, and I'm proud of him. Like, I'm so proud of that. And it's, like, that's why everything kind of it comes together. Like, everything eventually comes. And I think Val said, she was, oh, because at some point you're going to teach Neville. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable. I don't know. I can't quote the lectures. But you know what? When then you said, just show who you are, just be you. And that's what I want for people. I want that for all my family and my friends, just to be themselves and be who they are. Like, just to show them, like, the world is starving for us. The world is starving for me. And it almost sounds egotistical because you're like, that sounds like really like they're starving for me. But then you think, like, no, they're starving for me.
You ever do a jigsaw puzzle?
Oh, I hate them, but yeah.
So what's a big one have? 10,000 pieces?
Yeah.
You ever lose one piece?
Oh, that's the end of the puzzle.
Oh, it's horrible. Now what you have is garbage.
Literally, that one missing piece.
That one missing piece is you. All the time. But when we walk in the morning and I do my little morning rants, I do morning rants as we walk, and some of them are in my voice, some are in Sling Blade. Yeah. But I toss my rants out, and there are people that walk past and giggle. There are some that stop and engage in conversation. Mm-hmm. There's some that get when I'm being totally ridiculous. There's some that go, "You're getting me to think," and it's like, "Good, don't hurt yourself." That's what I You know, I want people to just not be the passive acceptors. You know, it's like,
Oh,
yeah, but what if? You know what I mean?
yes.
One of the
Yes.
books I'm currently listening to, the fella Eagleman is talking about one of the ways that this one organization teaches nature is they teach how to notice like the 7 different seed delivery mechanisms, like how burdock will stick into fur, how a dandelion will blow around like a parachute, how a maple leaf will spiral to the ground. And so you have got these different seed delivery systems. And they say, all right, kids, you're going to make up a new one. And that requires that you know what the old ones were. So as you discover how you teach whatever you want to call you teaching,
That's it.
you get to notice how I teach what Neville taught, what Abdullah, how Q explains it. You get to notice how all these different people explain things, and you get to go, right, but my way of explaining, my way of delivering the seed is a little different.
100%. Yes. That is 100% it. 100% it. Like, I can't even.
When someone tries to duplicate me, they can't keep up with me. I always say, study what I do, but don't try to be me, because if you try to be me, I'll run you over.
Yeah.
I'm being me in 5th gear. You're being me in 2nd gear. I'll run you over. Nothing bad intentional, but it'll just, I need you to, if you want to study me, but carve your own lane out of the wilderness.
Yeah.
Because if you carve your lane, I get to look over and go, there's my buddy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's it. And it's true. It's like the more that I do it, the more that I talk, the more that it's literally how I would explain it. And it's totally different than how you explain it.
Totally.
100%. Or Q or Val or Michelle. Like, it's just literally 100% different. It is just how I see the world and how I do stuff. And now that makes sense. I thought, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I literally don't know anything. Like, I can't go and pull these quotes out. I can't but then, as I do them, I'm just like, just me shows up. I just show up somewhere.
See, part of your gift is you can pull people onto the dance floor. It's part of what you do.
Yeah.
You can pull them onto the dance floor.
Yeah. I can.
You can't help it.
I can. I can. But it's so funny because I'm not a natural talker. It's so funny. Like, I'm actually pretty quiet at home.
Yeah, me too.
I'm thinking, or I'm just like in my head. I'm not a big talker.
I'm horrible at small talk. I'm traditionally considered an introvert.
Yes.
Introverts are the people that end up owning stages and teaching.
Yeah.
Extroverts don't teach. Introverts tend to become wonderful teachers because they can own a stage.
That is true.
And after they own the stage, they go home.
Yes.
Yeah. I mentioned like we're just auditorily recording, but we're doing the visual call.
Yeah.
I never record visual because if I had to record visual, I'd have to like scrub up. You know what I mean? But when I'm sitting here, I got my orange socks on, my athletic shirt. I've got my button-up shirt. My hair's all over the place, and this is me.
But that's what I think drew me to I started watching the shows I don't remember why. Oh, I clicked on one. I was looking for this method, and you had talked about it in one of the videos, but you were totally knocking it, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's laughing at my favorite method. But it was just the fact that you were just you, and Victoria was just there, and looks like even on the DDD calls we don't do the video. But you'd be so distracted. People like oh my gosh,
You'd be distracted. Yep.
Like, is my couch clean? Oh my gosh. okay, look, are my dishes in the way? And like, even if you look at now my video, my pictures, I don't care. There's laundry. I don't care anymore. Like if there's
Yeah.
laundry there, we all do laundry. Like
Yes.
you want the picture? Here's me working out. Who cares about the laundry? You know?
The more the more intimate and the more real, the better.
Yeah.
Years ago, I came across the thought, and I went nuts. I own more microphones than anyone on the planet.
Nice.
And the reason why is that I came across this thing, and the thought was, hey, you want to do video? Yep, I want to do video. Video is important to do. So I love that you do video. What's the most important thing with video? You sound. So it's like, right. So we're close enough now that our sound should be good.
Yeah.
If our sound wasn't good, or if I was further, I'd be using this mic here.
Gotcha.
If I was DVD call, would have the Blue Yeti microphone between us. That's when it sounds like radio voice.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where sound is so intimate.
Yeah.
Visual is inviting. I look at your openness, goofiness, silliness, aliveness, and that's so inviting. The purpose of video is just to invite. And like you said, if there's laundry there or whatever, they get to go, hey, look at that. She's exercising and there's laundry.
Yeah.
Cool. Right? So you're inviting them to be real. With the quality audio, you invite them to intimacy.
Nice. Oh, that's beautiful. That's where it's funny because I'm very sound oriented. Like I really am. I'm okay. I just, I don't talk much. I'm really into sound.
I wish I could screenshot us now because neither one of us is a visual cupcake.
No. No, but I mean, you know what? When I go to school, this is who shows up for my students.
Yeah. And your students love you.
And that's it. I am just like, I drop things, I trip. I'm like, guys, where's my pens? Guys, help me. I'm so upset.
Yeah.
It's okay, madame. Just take a deep breath, But this is who, and it's funny because what's funny? I don't, and this is not against makeup or anybody. I don't wear any. I just don't. I don't have any. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care. Then I have to if I'm taking a picture, oh my gosh, I gotta put this on. Oh, this angle. Oh my gosh, take the picture, and I'm going. And I'm done. I don't have time for that. I tried to get into it, but it just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry.
We just finished watching Morning Wars season 2. And it's all about the morning show. It's on Apple. And it's interesting how much time they put into making things presentable. Whether it's lights, action, camera, makeup, all that stuff. But what makes the show is all the shit.
Yeah.
And it's like the shit storms where stuff comes through the cracks. That's what makes the show. And it's so relieving whenever you get to go, I had my first haircut in 7 years, a couple months. And the lady said something, and I said, hey, we're both in for a treat.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? I says, I haven't had my haircut in 7 years. I went voluntarily bald for most of a decade. And I decided to let it grow. So I need you to have fun. And you could just watch her like if I would have given her $1 million, it wouldn't have been the same. It was just like, oh, what a gift.
Nice. Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is so funny. But it's true though. It's like, and I have some of my students, they will go and not cut their hair. It will stay long. They are just them. Isn't that funny? You just gave her like a present.
Yep.
But then people appreciate that. I remember it was like one time you said it's like when people say thank you, or when you say give someone a compliment, just enjoy the compliment,
Yep.
you know, and don't say anything back. Don't fish for nothing. It's hard to sit there and accept. It was hard for me. Now I'm okay, a little bit better to
Yeah, yeah,
accept
yeah.
compliments. Like at work the other day, we had this thing, and we have like this new thing where like we have little clues about somebody, and then they guess who it is. It was me last week. And I was like, at first, I was like, oh my gosh, it's hard for me to accept all the good things. But I'm like, why? Like, I'm great. I'm a good teacher. I'm a pretty good teacher. I can be kind of funny. My mom likes me most days.
Yeah.
Like, I know about some things, you know, but it's hard to accept. It can be hard to accept a compliment and just not have to give back, to just take. And that's why when you're doing when we're talking about manifesting and stuff, it's like it's hard because you feel so selfish. But being selfish is how we're helping everybody else by making things about us, not externalizing it and forcing things on others, on dependent on them. We're making things about us. But that helps
So,
everybody.
so when an investment appreciates, it grows in value. When you're appreciated, you grow in value. We sit in the garden and we watch the bark peel off the gum trees
Nice.
because it's wet enough here right now that the gum trees are swelling and the bark has to rip off the tree.
Yeah.
And that old bark of you gets to like drop because you're swelling, you're growing, you're expanding, you're shape shifting.
Mm-hmm.
And wow.
It's true though, but it's even with my students, and I've had some tough students, but there's so much seeking. Like the more you compliment them, they'll lap it up and they'll lap it up, and then until it's enough, till they feel, and then they give it to everybody else. Then they're able to give to everybody else.
That's it.
You know, and so in that sense of when I make things about me and just me and it was hard at first. I'm like, what? You want me to like actually think of myself? Really? I'm like, okay. Make it about how do we feel? If I want someone happy, imagine me happy, that they're happy.
Yep.
Like it will never cease to blow my mind. You can't believe you can't I could just I think about that every day. Like when I'm mad at somebody, I just imagine them happy. Like literally every situation.
Yeah. It cuts through all the bullshit.
Yes, like literally annoying, I don't know, coworker or a friend. I imagine them happy.
Yep.
Because, and it's the golden rule I get, but it's just like, it relieves me of having to like have all the hate and like people waste so much time on like, oh my gosh, this person, that person, blah, 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 blah. Just imagine them happy and let your life go. Go about your life. Don't worry about them. Like we waste so much time just being angry. Like why be? I did that too for a long time. Why would I want to be angry? I mean, I do get angry. Don't get me wrong, but I don't stay there because I don't want to feel like that.
I could throw down with the best of them, but I throw down fast.
I believe that.
It's like bring it. Now let's do it.
Yeah.
And then we're done.
And we're done. That's how my boys fight at school.
It's funny because when we allow ourselves to really feel cool, I got to go in a few minutes. When we allow ourselves to really feel, really process, really experience, then we can let go of what we don't want. We can let in what we do.
100%.
But anytime we resist,
yeah.
So I've got two thoughts I got to end with real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Totally.
One, if it's okay with you, I'd love to put this up on YouTube, audio only with a photo from the garden. Two,
go for it. Yeah.
I want people to find you. The whole purpose of Dream Driven Day, in my opinion, is ripples. Because we do what we do, and those ripples go out, and the ripples go out. And so what I want from you, if you'll give them to me, or links that I can put in the description so people can find all your goodies.
100%. 100%.
Because you're given so much,
100%.
and what you give thrills us. So
Totally.
cool.
Totally. And I wouldn't have said that, but I'd be like, oh, now, no, let me throw those links everywhere, baby, like confetti.
Yeah. That's it.
Throw it like freaking confetti.
A friend of mine who helped me with my sales career, who told me, he said, whatever you're selling, believe in it. And so I went back like 2 weeks later. I says, how do I know if I believe in it? He goes, you'll know if you believe in it if it's the solution to everything. And I went, wow.
Oh, that's good.
I got to stop selling some things and start selling others.
Exactly. And then if something isn't right, it just kind of fades away.
It fades away.
Yeah.
As much as I love teaching martial arts, I really don't teach martial arts anymore. And yet all I teach is how to hit people.
Yeah. I love it.
Because I want more people hitting more people. I want impact in the world. Yeah. And I got to tell you, we see you post up. I've not been all that active in the group on Facebook, as you know, but I watch you put things up, and I stalk you on the internet, and I'm just thrilled, and I want you to know what you mean to me.
Oh, thank you. That's a huge compliment. Honestly, it's a huge compliment. It's huge. Yeah, I really appreciate that. But I mean, what you mean to all of us, obviously, especially me. But, it's life is just, I could go into tears. Like, life is just so different now. All thanks to just you being impossible to get rid of.
I am.
I'm sure your wife says that too. Darn, you're impossible to get rid of.
Yeah. What? Check this out.
Right? No, thank you. That really, honestly, it means a lot. It's just amazing. Amazing. It's amazing when I'm doing what I thought I could never do. Ever.
That's it.
And more, yeah. And more, it's like literally showing who I am. That's it. That's what you got.
Love you, Galaxy.
Love you, 20. Thank you so much.
Have a